Hey guys, it's Mona, and today I want to show you my everyday, every morning detox smoothie. This is great for your skin, it's great for your energy, it's great for overall anti-aging. All right, so this is a smoothie I make almost every single morning. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen it. It's in my highlights. I'm posting it all the time. And a lot of you guys are curious about it because it looks a little daunting because there's lots of greens and there's no like almond butter or coconut milk. But those of you who have tried it on Instagram have like sent me photos and you love it. And everyone's surprised how good it tastes because it's so fresh. The key to this smoothie is that it is meant for the morning. It is meant for like one of the first things you have when you wake up, and it's detoxing, which is why we're not going to use any almond milk. We're not going to use any coconut milk, no nut butters. We're going to keep it very, very light, and we just want to have fresh raw greens and fresh fruit. Now, as your base, you can use water. I like to mix it up and either use some coconut water, some aloe vera water. These are really gonna boost hydration, so if you feel like your energy's a little bit low or your skin's a little bit dry, I would try using these also, but you don't have to. You can use regular water. Here are the ingredients you'll need. Basically 3 cups of greens. I tend to do like 2 cups of spinach, 1 cup of kale, but if I only have one or the other, I'll do all spinach or all kale. Sometimes I'll even do romaine. I think a lot of people forget that romaine is very healthy, just because it's not as dark of a green. It's got a lot of water content, a lot of nutrients, so we can do just a mix and match of anything we want. Okay, so 3 cups of greens is what we are starting with. For the sake of this video, definitely use this spinach. And it's not really an exact science. As much as I say it's not an exact science, sometimes when I try to eyeball it, it just doesn't come out the same. And this is actually something I noticed when I was making smoothies in general. I would just throw in some fruit and greens and they wouldn't taste good and I didn't want to make them. Then when I actually started following recipes exactly, they started tasting much better. So if you're having trouble with smoothies or you don't like them, try actually like really following the recipes, because if you're like me and you're not good at eyeballing things, it can actually make a huge difference. So that's 2 cups of spinach. Now let's throw in, I think I'm going to do a combo of romaine and spinach for the last cup. I'll just take this and kind of chop it up. So the reason why it's so important to get this stuff into your body in the morning is because when you sleep, I've said this before on Instagram a lot, when you sleep, your body is actually in a natural state of detox, because if you think about it, that's probably the longest time throughout the entire day that you're not eating, you're not drinking, you're not around pollution. Your body's just like getting a chance to like rest and reboot. So it's finally like cleaning out everything, and you know, it's almost like a machine. It's restarting. And then when you wake up in the morning, you don't want the first thing you put in it to be bacon or like processed cheese. If you think about it that way, you know, you're like, okay, here's a fresh new slate. What can I give it that's going to be the most absorbed and that's really going to give me the most benefits? You want fresh, raw food. So if you start your day with like warm water with lemon, I would say this should be the next thing. And that's why I always say have fresh, raw, organic fruit in the morning. If you don't have time for a smoothie, at least go for that, because it's still, you know, fruit's like the most naturally detoxing food in the world, which is why I don't like diets that eliminate fruit. Okay, so we've got our 3 cups of greens. I'm gonna use half coconut water, half aloe vera. So aloe vera water, make sure when you find this, shake it up. When you find it that you're getting just pure aloe vera water. I got this one at Trader Joe's. The brand is Aloe Botanicals. So if you are buying aloe vera water, just make sure it's pure, make sure it's natural, because the whole point of this smoothie is that we're detoxing. There are many other smoothies you could make in the middle of the day where you want like chocolatey flavors and you want it to be a little sweeter, but this one is very important to detox. So let's make sure everything's really clean. After you blend it, you can see how pretty this looks. It's just like almost like a sea green color, so it should be all consistent. You don't see any chunks in here. So the next thing you're gonna do is add half a banana. I just added that in here, and then you're gonna add half an apple. Now I like to kind of chop up the apple a little bit to just help it get blended even more. If you want to make 2 servings of this at a time, that is completely fine. That way you can use the whole banana and the whole apple. I oftentimes make 2 servings, and it's totally fine to stay for like a day or 2 in the fridge. Just put it in like an airtight container. Mason jars are the easiest thing ever. They're like $3. I have a bunch of them. So right now I'm just making 1 serving. It really doesn't need a full banana. It actually tastes great with just the half banana for 1 serving. Then I like to put like a half of a lime or lemon. I kind of mix it up, whatever I'm feeling that day. Today I'm gonna do a lime. I do recommend actually pouring this into something else before you pour it in here. Sometimes if you get the seeds, like a little seeds or part of the pit, it can make it taste very bitter. Like just even one lemon seed can actually really change the taste. So if that bothers you, just be careful. I'm watching to make sure none of them go in here. Okay. So now we've got that, and I'm just gonna reblend. And there is a smoothie setting on here, but because this isn't too complicated, I usually just start low and kind of move up. I don't actually use the smoothie setting. And then lastly, I like to add either fresh turmeric or fresh ginger. This isn't necessary if you don't have it in your house. You don't have to worry about it, but these are really the only other add-ons. They look very similar. The turmeric is just a little more orange than the ginger. It's super easy to add. I think that this is also something people might be intimidated by because if you've never seen it, it could be daunting, but it's really just as simple as slicing it. Start with a little amount at a time because they both do have a pretty strong taste. You can do this with or without the ginger or turmeric. I'm literally putting 2 little slices of turmeric. You can buy this at the grocery store. You don't have to peel it. You can use the peel or you don't have to use the peel. Start with a little bit, add that in. We're gonna blend. Now let's give it a taste. We've got my eco-friendly straws here. I always take a little sip out of the blender to make sure it tastes good before I pour it out and I don't have to add anything. Oh, that's so good. It's so fresh. By the way, if you've never tried aloe vera water, I would recommend doing a very little amount at first because it does have kind of a strong taste. So if you're new to this smoothie, start out with just coconut water or water, then start experimenting with aloe vera water and see, or you could even just like do a drop of it because it does kind of have a bit of an overpowering taste. But the whole point is we've got very clean ingredients. All of these are hydrating, detoxing, very natural. It's the best thing to put in your body first thing in the morning. Even if you're hungry after, make your quinoa, make your oats, make your avocado toast, whatever you want to have, but start with this and you will definitely start to see results. This was a really simple smoothie video. I don't know if you want something more complicated. This is kind of the first one I'm doing on this channel, so let me know what you think of this video. Please follow me on Instagram. You can find a lot more info and videos and tips there. It's at Dr. Mona Van. And if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next week.